It's been a month since U.S. forces captured Nicolas Maduro right out of his Venezuelan compound and sent him to Brooklyn to serve out his life as a barista in Bushwick. And if you're wondering how a military run by these two geniuses were able to pull off that operation, turns out they had a little help.
President Trump just told the New York Post that a secret new U.S. weapon was used in that operation that captured Maduro to shut down Venezuelan equipment. He said the Discombobulator.
The Discombobulator? That sounds like the worst ride at Six Flags. Don't go over there, dude. Somebody puked in the Discombobulator. Personally, I don't think our most advanced new weapons should have whimsical names. If I'm shot by a laser that liquefies my organs until they leak out of my eyes, I don't want it to tell my family that I was dinky zoinked to death. Can anyone follow up with the president about this weapon?
You talked about the weapon, the Discombobulator.
Yeah,
what is that?
Discombobulator, well, I'm not allowed to talk about it.
But what does it do?
Let me just tell you, you know what it does? None of their equipment works. That's what it does.
Okay. So you said you're not allowed to talk about it, but it kind of feels like you talked about it? This dude cannot keep a secret. This is how you know there's no aliens. Because day one, Trump would have been like, I'm not supposed to say anything, but they have 3 boobs! But thanks. Yeah, 3 boobs. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yes. I love this audience. But thanks for the lowdown on the Discombobulator, by the way. Who came up with this name?
It was my name. I'm very proud of the name.
Yeah. And it is a great name, Mr. President. It does not sound like a weapon in Paw Patrol at all. But still, can you be a bit more specific about how the Discombobulator discombobulates? Like, is it a laser beam or electrical pulse?
Everything was discombobulated. It was, practically a shot wasn't, they were ready.
Right.
And when we came, they couldn't do anything.
You saw this in the video. You could tell.
Tom, it discombobulated everything.
Tom, you f***ing idiot. What part of discombobulator don't you understand? Do you think I'm just talking nonsense here? This is almost unbelievable. Trump is announcing a secret weapon that disarms the enemy and ruins their equipment and disables their soldiers. This sounds too good to be true.
A senior U.S. official tells us, Senator, that Trump may be conflating several capabilities into a single weapon that doesn't actually exist.
Okay. So, I'm starting to think the president might have walked in front of the Discombobulator. Let's move on to the story that's been discombobulating the entire world. Everybody is still binging the latest season of the Epstein files, so let's get into all the fallout in another installment of the very normal and not shady handling of the Epstein files.
It's pretty boring stuff.
For the past week, people have been poring over the Epstein files and learning all the connections he had to the rich and powerful. Few people have been as disgraced as former Prince Andrew. But somehow, this next batch has made him even disgracier.
Former Prince Andrew has moved out of his longtime Windsor home, his brother, the king, evicting him from the royal estate over his links to Jeffrey Epstein.
Wow, kicked out by his own brother, who is also his second cousin and his 5th uncle 12th removed. The point is, there's a lot of incest in the royal family. I'm glad he's getting evicted, and I think we can all agree it is much funnier when a British pedophile has to go door to door in their new neighborhood like, "Oi, Governor, I'm a pedo, innit? Cheerio." Anyway, let's check out the shithole that former Prince Andrew's being sent to.
Andrew has moved to a cottage on the King's private estate in Sandringham, far from the public eye.
Sandringham is a sprawling estate. It's set on 80 square kilometres of grounds. There are multiple houses and cottages that are on this site.
Oh, no. Not a cottage on the private estate. only 2 butlers. And are we sure we want Prince Andrew far from the public eye? That's kind of how we got into this mess. If you ask me, he should have a 24-hour webcam on him like a pregnant giraffe at the zoo. How is it that it's impossible for any regular person to find affordable real estate and they're giving away fancy cottages to alleged pedophiles? Next time I go to an open house, I'm going to be like, honey, tell them you're 12. Look, nobody's going to shed a tear for a prince who has to downsize to the bad palace, but the ones that I truly feel bad for are the spouses. Imagine being Andrew's ex-wife, Sarah Ferguson, right now. How devastated she must be to learn that her husband had so many links with Jeffrey Epstein.
The former prince's ex-wife, Sarah Ferguson, is back in the headlines for her links to Epstein. The latest files revealing emails she sent to Epstein after he was found guilty of soliciting a minor for prostitution in 2008. She wrote, "You are a legend. I really don't have the words to describe my love, gratitude for your generosity and kindness. Kiss, kiss. I'm at your service. Just marry me."
Wow. Wow. That is the worst thing Fergie has ever written. And yes, I'm including the Let's Get Retarded song. You wanted Jeffrey Epstein to be your husband? Really dodged a bullet, Fergie. He could have said yes, and then you would have ended up married to a huge pedophile. Oh, wait. Either way, I am very happy to present Sarah Ferguson with this Lifetime Achievement Award for having the worst taste in men. Congratulations, Fergie. Better luck next time, Cheryl Hines. It's an honor just to be nominated. So yeah, this isn't a good look. And based on what happened to Andrew, I assume Fergie will be facing some sort of consequences on her own?
On Monday evening, Ferguson's charitable foundation, Sarah's Trust, announced it will shortly close for the foreseeable future.
Ah, the charity is shutting down? That doesn't seem fair. Sorry, kids, the Duchess emailed a pedophile, so no mosquito nets for you. Now look, nobody enjoys watching the British royal family squirm more than me. I'm still mad about that whole stamp tax thing. But if we're talking about fallout from associating with Jeffrey Epstein, I think there might be someone else who should be facing some consequences. Like not a royal? More like a politician?
In Slovakia, a top advisor to the prime minister has resigned after emails showed he met with Epstein in 2018.
No, not some minister in Slovakia. It's not even a real place. When I said certain politicians should be held accountable, I meant, like someone running a country.
There's a world leader facing a political crisis over the Epstein files. That's British Prime Minister Keir Starmer.
No, not Great Britain. That's not even a real place. Look, I'm going to be very clear about this. The President of the United States. Someone needs to demand answers from the U.S. President.
Former President Bill Clinton agreed to testify in the House Oversight Committee's Epstein probe.
No. Not a former you know what? It, okay? I guess everybody in the damn files is going to face consequences except for Donald Trump. And on top of that, he must be so happy that his nemesis, Bill Clinton, is getting in trouble for this.
It bothers me that somebody's going after Bill Clinton. See, I like Bill Clinton. I still like Bill Clinton.
What do you like about him?
I liked his behavior toward me. I thought he got me, he understood me.
What? He likes Bill Clinton now? Either Trump just wants to get on Clinton's good side before he testifies about Epstein, or this is just a recognized game moment. I'd like to acknowledge that we're standing on sacred land where Bill Clinton got a Hummer from an intern. Props to the OG. I can barely wrap my head around all the twists and turns in this story. Trump is in the Epstein files, maybe more than anyone, but Bill Clinton is the only one who has to testify about it. But instead of being happy about that, Trump is upset. I feel like I'm losing my mind. This whole thing, it has me, I don't know.
Discombobulated.
Exactly! That's what I was looking for! That's the word!